How you doing, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode. My friend. If you are a returning Sabi, welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting your girl. I really appreciate it. And if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am with my husband here, who is a constant show on the show. We had asked that you ask us questions, but we decided to answer your questions in a form of lessons. 9 lessons that we have learned over the 9 years of our marriage. Okay. So without taking more time, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Oh my goodness, trying to be like the Joneses, trying to be like the Mahapis, the Mahalis, the Mahashlapas. But it happens. You don't. I think it's similar to me comparing myself to another girl and comparing yourself to another guy.
Yeah.
It happens even as a unit, as a family.
Yeah.
You don't go out looking for it, but there is that pressure that comes along the way to say, oh my gosh, we've been married for 5 years, we don't even have a house, we don't have a car, or we're still driving an import. We don't have, our babies are going to Hosho Primary School or whatever. No offense to Hosho, I mean, I went to Hosho. I turned out good. But I'm just making an example. We have learned not to put ourselves under pressure.
Yeah.
I remember one time we're like, other people have been married for a long time. They've been working for a long time. The family dynamics are different. We don't have like consistent 2 salaries, for example, in our family. Other people do. We got 4 kids. Other people got 2, 1. The family dynamics are different, and going forward, we have just decided not to put ourselves under pressure, not to compare ourselves, but to remember again, God is our source. God is our source, and He guides us, and we just need to keep on advancing His kingdom, seeking His kingdom first, and knowing that all these things will be added unto us.
They work together. Yeah. There's something. Maybe I'll bring it in at the end that I forgot. I think it has a lot to do with you are not your spouse and so on. So that is fine. Then the next one, God cares about your dreams. God cares about our dreams. And I think we started this confession even, as in the early years of our marriage, when we first got married. We would always confess. In actual fact, it's something that was shared by a friend of ours who said, God cares about every single detail of your dream. And we've seen it happen in our lives. We've seen it happen in our marriage. From the get-go, we knew what we wanted for our firstborn. We wanted a girl. We wanted a second-born to be. We were not so sure about the third-born.
But
we were open
at
to
first we wanted a boy, and then you were like, no, I'm fine. Maybe I want a girl.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
God was like, I'm going
give you both, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have seen what? Yeah, anyway.
I still don't believe that we got twins.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we've seen that happen. We've seen God. We wanted to have an experience of living in another country, working in another country.
Yes.
We've seen it happen in our lives.
Yeah.
So these are.
We wanted to go like overseas together on an international trip.
And we got to do it together. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. So I think it's just an encouragement to couples out there or people out there. Maybe you're going through a rough patch or whatever the case may be, but to be reminded that God cares about every single detail of your life, every single detail of your dream. He is still the dream maker. He is still God in the business of fulfilling dreams.
That's right.
Don't forget that. Never forget.
Write the vision down. Do a family vision board together, or a dream chart together, and just allow God to do the rest.
Yeah.
Be a dream team.
So be a dream team. And I think it's one of the definitions of marriage or a union. Become a team, you become one, the Bible says. We've learned this, that it's important for us to be a team, to look out for each other, to have each other's best interest in heart, and to cover up for each other. You know, where one falls short or where one is weak, you become their strength. If you know,
cover for them.
Yeah, if she can wake up in the morning, I help to wake her up.
Why do I smell?
Anyway,
a trigger directed to me.
Anyway, the thing about it is, we're saying, let's be, especially now with 4 kids in the house. What I wanted to say with this one is, I quickly learned that in marriage, in order to make a lot of things work easier in our marriage, was that we had to learn to help each other out.
Yeah.
We had to play team. We had to help each other out. I quickly learned that the traditional marriage setup was not going to work out. We had to. Traditionally certain things that are meant to be done by the lady and others that are supposed to be done by the husband.
Gender roles in marriage,
Okay, fine. There are cases where that applies, but in as far as the household is concerned, for example, I have to wash dishes. If she's cooking and I see that, okay, after we eat here, there's going to be dishes, both of us are tired.
Especially before children, when we're both working and exhausted.
Yeah, we will be tired the following. So we have to help each other out and make things work so that it's easy for everybody. No one feels like it's their chore.
Yeah.
And we also saw it when we had babies now, is that we, like for example, changing of diapers, and of course I'm happy that nowadays it's no longer a thing that everybody, all the men do it, and so on and so forth. But to help each other out, playing team, covering up for each other. I'm not strong in certain areas, she's strong in certain areas where I'm not strong, and she's able to play those roles very well. And the same thing applies in reverse. So the sooner we identify those areas, and as we identify them, it's always important to bear in mind that we are building together, we are a team, we are working on it together. We're not going to be finger pointing, but we are going to cover up for each other and making sure that this thing called marriage works.
I was actually going to say, because when you are not helping and you are expecting other things to happen, it's not going to happen. If I'm exhausted and tired, and then at 2 a.m. you're like, are you awake? It's not going to happen.
Is that how I do?
No.
Are you awake?
That's what he used to do.
Are you awake?
Anyway.
Okay.
So finances, money-wise, what we have learned in the 9 years is save that cha-ching, okay? As early as possible. Don't be like, no, we're just enjoying ourselves, going to date night, expensive restaurants and whatnot. Not that we did that, but maybe we did that. But not all the time.
Yeah,
but not like just
all out.
Explode.
And I think it's good to explore.
All the time.
I think it's good to explore and get to experience. Okay. And of course, there are certain things that you're saying, I can't wait to do this with my wife. I can't wait to take my wife to this place.
That's true.
And dine there, to wear a tuxedo. It's nice.
But what I'm trying to say is, especially depending on where your financial situation is, just learn to delay the gratification. Pay as early as possible so that you can play later in the future. Like right now we got 4 kids and we kind of wish that we had saved more money, invested more, but we have also learned from our mistakes and in turn have decided to do things better, because we're only 9 years in marriage, and it's a lot of years, but it's not like, we're gonna get to 15 years and we don't want to be saying the same story.
At 15.
20 years, we don't want to be saying, we want to be enjoying our lives, being financially free, being debt free. So
there's never a wrong time to start investing.
That's true.
The moment you realize, when you realize, you might also realize, I wish I'd done this 5 years or 10 years back. But that point that you realize, it's going to be 5 years back for another period in your life. So
that's true.
You'll be saying, looking back and saying, I'm glad I did this 5 years ago.
But if you're 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, please save the money.
Okay.
And then another lesson is
yeah.
forgive.
Yes.
Don't use yesterday's errors for today's issues.
You know what I like about what I learned about this point is when you say I forgive you, forgive that, let it be it. You know?
Let it go, set free.
Let it be it and let it go. It's okay.
It's not a rock behind the back.
Yeah, once we talk about an issue, I think it goes back to thinking the best of each other.
Yeah, that's true.
To knowing that you have my back, you have my best interest at heart.
Like
you will never
you.
do anything to intentionally hurt me, you know.
Yeah.
And same thing applies, you know, in my case towards you as well. And so when I have that in my mind and in my heart, I look at things differently. Whatever she does that may, you know, hurt me or, you know, come across to me as hurtful, I no longer look at it like this person is trying to take me down.
I've become your enemy.
You know, like no,
want to see me succeed.
like she is joining the enemy, the camp of the enemy.
Stifling.
No, I look at it differently. It's good to explain, to say, you know, this what happened here really didn't sit well by me. It really hurt me. To communicate that, but make sure the other person understands. But after talking through it and asking for forgiveness, yeah, it's done. Tomorrow,
like if you're gonna fight 2 weeks, 5 weeks later, don't be like, you always
do this.
You never do this.
So those
I remember how that time.
I think we did a video on that.
Yeah.
Things, words we never say in our marriage.
Yeah.
So that's that. Yeah. Okay.
I'll leave it here.
Next one.
And the last one, is it not 9 already?
Yeah, this should be the last one.
What we've learned in the 9 years of marriage is that intimacy is very important. It's very critical. And not just physical intimacy, not just, you know, socks and sex, but, you know, emotional intimacy. That you need to have empathy towards your husband and sympathy and, you know, just allowing yourself to feel what they feel and be there for them, mental, you know, wise as well. And then spiritual intimacy, you know, you need to pray together, you know, you need to be one, being at the same level. And that does not mean necessarily being at the same level in terms of spiritual maturity, but, you know, knowing that we are going to have a time of prayer, time of the word together, believing God, confession of scripture and all those things that need to be done. It's very, very important.
But also sexual intimacy. It's also very clear. Actually, somebody once said something to say little sex is better than
no sex.
So
you know what? I was listening to someone and they were saying the devil does not want you to have sex with your spouse. Because he knows that when you are not having sex, you are not doing the one activity that God designed to glue you guys together. Because sex has a way of gluing you guys emotionally, spiritually, physically, and therefore because you are that united, indeed you are one and the enemy cannot take you out. So he uses it as like a separation or an attack strategy, so that you and your husband are not walking in one purpose and not united and they're not one. So little sex is better than no sex, but let it not be little.
Let it not be little.
This person cannot get it anywhere else except from you. So please don't torture them. It's very important. When it comes to the dynamics of babies, it's not going to be the same. So we have learned that before babies come, do enjoy it as much as possible, every day, every hour, everywhere. And then when babies are there, why am I the one talking about this?
Why not you? Why not now? Why not right now? In the atmosphere.
Oh my goodness, because it's your thing.
Is it?
Men love sex more than women.
Don't be deceived. God is not more.
But honestly, sex is very important. We've learned to make time for it, to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
that is so true. That is so true because it really unites you. It's actually, the one thing that consummates your marriage after you get married.
And besides.
And it's something that has to keep on happening.
And I mean, honestly, we've been waiting to have sex. We'll be like, we're not going to do this before we get married. Now that you're married, you're not
doing it. No.
We've already honored God by waiting. We're going to do this.
We're going to honor God by doing it. Yeah. That's so true. One last bonus point that I wanted to mention is I've also learned, and
the spouse is not you. You're not your spouse thing that you.
Yeah, we'll put it somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I've also learned, and maybe it has to do with intimacy as well. Yeah, I think it has to do more with intimacy. I've learned to be okay with being embarrassed for my wife.
Oh my God, what you talk about?
Like, for example, she's into taking pictures a lot and things like that. And sometimes I just don't feel like taking pictures.
YouTube videos.
But I've learned, because it's her love language. It's something that she loves. And we go to a wedding, she will say, we shouldn't leave this wedding before taking a picture. I can go to a wedding and go back without taking a picture. I can go on a vacation.
Can you imagine?
And go back home.
Can you imagine?
Not take a picture.
But that is not true, though. If you had to go to Vietnam.
Yeah, well, I suppose. Why Vietnam?
Because it's. No, because it's one of the places that you really want to go to. Because your idea of a holiday or vacation is to go to a historical site, see where all the soldiers died and all where the bombs were.
And she will just be listening to me.
But you know what? It goes to show that you are selfish in that way.
Is it?
In the sense that
not when I go to a wedding and not take a picture.
Yeah, because you're not into it.
Yeah.
But if you were to go to Vietnam, you're like, obviously it's my thing. So we have to be considerate of each other. I don't really want to go to Vietnam. Trust me, we go.
Yeah. So she doesn't have a problem embarrassing herself for me, and
no, I don't.
She like
let's go and
I think it's natural for her or for ladies to go all out and embarrass themselves for the
No.
Okay.
There's some girls.
You do it so well. I thought it was natural. I thought it was a natural thing.
Am I embarrassing?
No, not that you. No, what I'm saying is
I do embarrassing.
No, that's not what I said. I said it's easy for you to embarrass yourself for my sake, for my. So I was saying you do it so well. You embarrass yourself so well for me.
And the award for embarrassing themselves for their husband goes to.
So I was just saying. I thought it comes naturally to all girls because of the way you do it. So thank you. Anyway, learn your girl's love language and love her that way, and embarrass yourself if you have to, like, I don't know, take pictures, do their makeup, do a YouTube video, plan makeup and stuff. She likes it, she loves it, do it. If you don't, no one else would do it for her, so might as well. I feel the Holy Ghost. Anyway, those are you mentioned 10 now. It's 10, but it's
because we're looking forward to 10 years of marriage. Guys, should we have a wedding? And if you dare say yes, please know you're paying for your meal and your seats in that hotel.
And tell us where should we have this wedding?
Where should we have this wedding? Or what can we do to celebrate this amazing milestone?
It'd be interesting to see some of the ideas.
So, comment of the day, what we've said, or whatever you want to comment about.
What point spoke to you the most? Out of all the 9 plus 1.
9 plus 1. that we talked about. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video because somebody does really need to hear it. So give us a thumbs up or a like because this helps with the algorithm. When you do that, you're telling YouTube that the whole world gotta watch this girl and what she say. So if you like me and you like this channel and you like us, give it a thumbs
You keep
up.
talking about algorithms.
Who knew? Ooh. Is it like sexy thing to you as an IT C++?
Oh my goodness.
No. Anyway.
It's been good. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Please subscribe. Remember to subscribe, like, and share
this video. And give us more ideas for future